Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Questions Clients Ask. This question actually didn't come from a client, it came from a follower, which I thought was a really great question. It's all about macronutrient timing, okay? And what I mean by that is the time of day that you're consuming carbs, proteins, and fats, etc. So should you be consuming something, within 30 minutes of training, or whether you need to be consuming anything at all? Plus, what does it mean if you mess the timing up and you eat either too much or not enough? I'll share with you guys what I personally do as well to give you an idea. So when it comes to meal timing or macro timing, it was once thought to be really, really important and almost a critical factor for fat loss. Now, it's no longer considered much of a factor anymore. People actually started to realize that the most part of it was actually a myth, and a lot of it was created by supplement companies, which were going to drive them more sales, of course. So if we think about, how humans evolved, for the most part, our ancestors were eating really infrequently, right? Like there was no caveman or cavewoman having the pleasure of eating 6 meals a day. Now, a lot of the reason our metabolism and fat storage works the way it does is due to this infrequency of meals and cold winters and extremely limited food supplies. Now, 6 meals a day does not speed up your metabolism, guys, and carbs at night is not going to make you fat. Actually, carbs at night will have a really great positive effect on your sleep and recovery, which can lead to better results in the long term. So there you go. At the end of the day, though, manipulating your meal frequency will have no advantage for fat loss, okay? Total calorie intake is the most important thing that you should be worrying about. You will see a lot of information for post-workout and pre-workout subs being pushed down your throat, but really a lot of the info has just come from clever marketing and sup companies. In the big scheme of things, meal timing is going to rank quite low on the list of importance when it comes to things that you should actually worry about when, maximizing your efficiency in your fat loss and muscle building journey. For me personally, I never pay attention to nutrient or meal timing that I have throughout the day. Some people admittedly feel a lot better eating carbs, maybe a couple of hours before a training session. Me personally, though, it's not necessarily the case. This should come down to a preference. Half the problem is we see too many people that are worried about abiding by a textbook, and we're really losing our innate intuition to feel into how we are really feeling and what our bodies actually need. Now, if you're prepping for a show and you're looking to make small tweaks, if your training is dialed right in, your cardio is dialed right in, your calories and macros and your sleep are all tightly dialed in, then nutrient timing would be amongst the next couple of things to focus on, because everything is really spot on. Now, the vast majority of people, though, it's not the case. I also wanted to help you guys on the myth about eating within the hour following training. Now, we're always taught in order to speed up recovery, you must eat within that hour, but it's another marketing myth designed to sell protein shakes. Now, in fact, people with any kind of gut issues specifically shouldn't eat right away due to something called systemic inflammation that workouts cause. So someone with gut issues already combined with the systemic inflammation post-training will actually slow down the absorption of nutrients. So you're actually better off waiting an hour or even maybe 2 hours post-training if you suffer with gut issues. And you know what? Gut issues affect a huge amount of people. There are also no studies supporting the myth that you must eat every 2 to 3 hours. And in fact, there are studies that show the opposite to be true. Study after study shows health benefits of eating less frequency, lower overall blood sugar, faster metabolism, and even protein synthesis. So eating every few hours can be useful if you're in a calorie surplus and struggling to get through your food for the entire day. So yeah, there you go. You're free to spend 30 minutes after training getting the perfect gym selfie and don't need to be worried about getting your shake in within that time frame. But at the end of the day, you do need to do what feels right for you. And if something you are doing is not enjoyable, or you're starving yourself and unhappy fasting, or you really just can't stand eating every 2 hours, then don't. It's not something that's enjoyable. And your dog gets sick, or your boss is an asshole at work and you're down, you're not going to stick to it. Guys, there you have it for another episode done and dusted. Any questions for next week, send me an email to hello@ashlane.com.au. I'm going to pop that link below for you guys. If you're interested in finding out about how I can help you build muscle, lose fat once and for all, without restrictive diets and training 7 days a week, shoot me an email and we can see if we'd be a great fit. But until next week, guys, have a great week.